Vivek, do you remember that last year I was sitting here and you were sitting next to me? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You were in the previous Get Inspired session.
Yeah. And there were only two things on our mind. First was getting good college and second was giving us Get Inspired. So we are really thrilled now. And we are really thankful to Love Sir, Silna Ma'am and Siani Ma'am for giving us this opportunity and fulfilling our second wish.
Yeah, and I hope you guys will also be here next year. So today basically we are here to talk something about navigating college choices, and we will be here for the next 1 hour. You all will be awake until the last minute of the session. So let's start by talking a little bit about us. I'm going to Ramapo College of New Jersey. I'm in the class of 2017. I did my plus 2 from Andhra University School.
Yeah. I'm going to Colby College this fall. I graduated from Trinity College last year, and I was from A levels.
So today we are here to share our story on how we went through all this application process and how we, what strategies we used for choosing the colleges that we are doing here. So Vivek, how were you initially, like when you just graduated from your high school degree A levels? How were you like? Were you fixed on directly going to some great colleges or
no? The only thing on my mind was I want to go to US. It was only after coming to USEF and getting to know from the advisors that I really knew that there were so many things about going to US, and it was not just going to US. You have to get a good college, you have to get a good scholarship and all. So before graduating, I had a little bit idea about applying to US colleges, thanks to my counselor. So yeah, I was a bit okay. So but still I didn't know a lot of stuff about applying. So I'm really thankful to USEF for providing the guidance. So what will you like?
Yeah, I think I had a rough track there. So while I was in my high school, I didn't know about this. I was just preparing for my engineering since I passed my SLC. So for the 11 and 12 of my education, I was just focused on my course, just mathematics, physics, chemistry and all. So I didn't know much about applying to US and how is it like. So, but I just came with my brother a few times before. But my brother also attended engineering college here, so I also thought of applying to engineering college and not go to US. So this was my initial thoughts about US. And like after I graduated from high school, I thought in my let me ask you some questions. How many of you are from plus 2 here? Okay. Can anyone say how was your how were you feeling in your last examination of 12th grade? Someone? Freedom. Yeah, someone said freedom. Anyone? Sorry?
Absolute freedom.
Yeah, absolute freedom. Something else? Yeah, relief and anything else?
And how many of you thought of applying to US, after giving the exam?
Yeah, there are people there. So when I was first, like in my last exam of my 12th, I was like someone here said, freedom and relief. I was like that. And I was like, we can last forever. Like in the movies, we are seeing that after high school, many cool things happen. So I was thinking the same. And that what we thought. What about you, Vivek?
Yeah, I was a bit nervous. How many people from A levels? Yeah, so you know how the exams are. It's a 1 month gap. After giving all the exams, you feel like, yeah, same like, you like more freedom, I guess. Because through 1 month of examination period, you are giving 5 papers for one subject and all. So I thought, what I did was I downloaded a lot of movies, I thought that after giving the exam, I would spend all my time watching movies.
So, this was my initial feeling. I mean, our initial feeling. We felt that we can dance forever and everything. But right from the next day of my last examination of my 12th grade, I was like this. Don't look at the man here, look at the Sims. Because I'm not the man. I was like the Sims. Because right in the last day, I registered in one of the engineering preparation classes here. So this was how I was. And what about you?
Yeah, actually when I joined, it was my initial motive was I want to go to US, so I didn't enroll in engineering or medical preparation course. So it was like from the beginning I have to go to US and that's.
So feel free to express how many of you have joined like the engineering preparation classes or the MBBS preparation classes. Yeah, there are just few hands raising, right? So I hope in the coming year of your journey to apply to US, I think you will change your mind. Because I also thought of like going for engineering because every normal person, every normal student here goes for engineering after +2, right? So this is how I was. So this is something I tell. Do you guys find any error in there? What's the error? Anyone? Yeah, you guys felt that easy pieces, right? But just imagine how a normal Nepalese pronounce America like. Yeah, after graduating from my high school, like I felt like this. It was not America or States or USA for me. It was America for me, and it was like it meant the rich cars and the dollars, like dollar producing farm. It was like this, and then I thought America means money everywhere. And back in my high school, just before graduating, one of my friends got a diversity visa and we went there. By the time I thought that only the rich people and the one with great luck goes to US.
And we also have, our relatives, who are going to America, and we see them and we think that, oh my God, he's going to America. So it's a psychological thing that you have to go to America.
Yeah. Vivek, can you guess what that number means? 9.83 million kilometers square?
I'm not good at numbers.
Okay, anyone here knows what this number means? Any guesses?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Any other guesses? Any other?
Or is it the population?
It's the total area of United States. So by the time when, if someone had asked me where would you like to go in US or which college would you like to attend, then my answer would not be this college or this state or anything. It will be around US. Anywhere is possible, like in the cold of Montana or in the very
heat of Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona. Yeah, that would be my answer. So this was the initial thought about US for us. For me, it's more for me. So then there came a change. Vivek, can you say what change was there?
Yeah, there is this thing called HUI there.
No, I think change is like we came to know US, yeah. Like
We came to US, yeah, and we did those books about the best colleges and best 400 colleges, and we also knew about US News rankings and all. So and we learned more about the application process and all. So we matured as an applicant.
So for me, I think the change was getting into opportunity funding program. Like I said, I came here a few times when I was turning 11 with my brother, and it didn't change me anything. But after getting into opportunity funding program, I was the regular visitor of USEF, and I utilized each and every services of this advising center. Thanks to Sila sir and Selena ma'am, Priyanee ma'am for guiding us for each and every step through. And after the initial moment after we got OF and we started coming to USEF, there was something like we knew something about colleges. It was like HPY10. So he was talking about the same thing. Can anyone say what's the full form of HPY?
Harvard Business.
Any other guesses? Yeah, you did really fast. Yeah, it's Harvard, Christian, and Yale. So, Vivek, let's do the story.
Yeah, we were like, there was only Harvard, Christian, there was only the good college and all, and we thought we have to get in this college, and we were like, settled for life.
So, like earlier we talked about sitting here, and last year I think we sat in the great inspiration of the brother from Christian.
Yeah.
So we're really like Ivy League obsessed guys back then, and we thought like it was initially 9.83 million kilometers was US. Now for us it became Harvard, Christian, and Yale was US, and rest was nothing. By this way, we had some changes. So then we realized something. Vivek, what did you realize after that?
Yeah, after getting past the Harvard, Christian, Yale, and that sort of thing, I realized that there are many more colleges, that they are just so, that are equal to Harvard, Christian, and Yale. So you can, if you go any of those colleges, then you are just fine. You are as equal as getting to Harvard, Christian, and Yale. So it doesn't matter really. It matters that where you fit in. It doesn't matter where you fit in.
Yeah, and the realizations were Harvard, Christian, and Yale. Those three were not the colleges in US. There are more than 4,000 colleges that provides need-based and need-blind financial aid. And we also realized that there are also colleges that we wish for. Like when you were studying in plus 2 or A levels, what did you wish for your college should be like? Anyone? Yeah, when you were in high school, how did you wish? There's a kind of wish what kind of colleges do you want at that time?
More than academics.
Sorry?
I ranked more than academics.
Yeah, more than academics. I rank. Anything else?
Similar to Harvard.
So for me, it was like no college must have a lake there and beautiful buildings, beautiful surrounding.
Yeah, it must be in a city.
So how was yours?
Yeah, mine was like it should be in a big city, and there should be a beach nearby.
You wanted a beach nearby. We can study what we want. Like in Nepal, there is the tradition of following what our elders do, and it can be engineering or doctor, but it cannot be more than that. Like if you ask your parents that I want to study sociology or anthropology or any other subjects that don't have much scope here in Nepal, but you have a kind of passion for it, will they allow? So in US they'll allow, because in Nepal basically we think the parents think is our son or daughter are going to US, so we can study anything there. So we realized this, and what did this lead to?
Yeah, it led to a lot of colleges. We thought that when I graduated from my high school, I was thinking that I will maybe graduate in biochemistry or genetic engineering and all. But afterwards, I did more college stuff and I realized that it doesn't matter. You don't have to really focus on this subject or that subject. You just have to get into good college and the best thing about that is you can change whenever you want. You can just change the track. In the beginning you can enroll in any course you want and then you can change later. So how did it happen?
So then, after realizing this, we started our college hunt, which was something like this. So this picture has a man and a used gun that is a bird, a multi-purpose knife and a key and binoculars and torches and something else. I don't know that. So this big quiz. Okay, big.
Yeah.
What quiz are you going to?
So, what does that key signify?
I think for me this key signifies the advisors in USEF. Advisors in USEF, because while hunting we needed a lot of advices. So I think the key is for the advices that we got from here.
Yeah. Okay, so what are those sound instruments?
Course indices.
Standardized test.
Application indices.
Sorry? Yeah. And? Like, it's what we require when we hunt for colleges.
Yeah.
So I think
It's like college hunt you are not applying. So how do you do college search? What instrument do you use?
Yeah.
So it's like
these
that.
are the resources that we need for college research. So I think the multi-purpose knife is what I want to say is it's student reviews. I went to a lot of student reviews, even knives indicate, if you see in college website, do you see any negative side of the college? No. But for the negative sides, you want the student reviews. Students know what's good and what's bad. So I think those are the student reviews. Vivek, do you know something else that we need from you?
This binocular, I think it's location.
Yeah, binoculars can be a location. And the dot lights, it could be the books that we refer for our college search, books that are available in USEF and the internet service.
Yeah, and then big dots like USB tracking. So our choices for college. So when we are searching for college, our first criteria was financial aid, and this is a big factor. Whenever we went to college side, we were straight headed to the admission and financial aid, and we do if they give aid to international students or not. So have anyone of you did college course? So did anyone find some college that they say that they don't give financial aid to international students or that?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's very important. You don't want to apply to a college that doesn't give financial aid. So many of my friends, they apply to college and that college gives them, letter that they don't give financial aid to international students. So, and there are many colleges that I don't know. I saw, and they say that as an international student, you have to minimum contribute some amount to your cost of attendance. So financial aid is a big area,
For regarding financial aid, it was the vital point for sorting down the college choices. First, there were 4,000 plus universities, and after we seek for financial aid, there were about hundreds of them. So we cannot like pay 60,000 or even more these days to go to the colleges. That's why I think financial aid is a very important factor. Like back 1 year back, we used to play the game with the 364 colleges. There's a book downstairs. Best 364 colleges or something like that. And we used to play that.
Take turns and
yeah,
you draw the paper and which one is college, you are likely to get that college.
and
That was very interesting.
it was like, if that college really met the need of ours, then we would really search for that college, or else we won't search anything. And
Yeah, why don't you know need based and need bank? Anyone of you don't know about need based and need bank?
I think everybody knows about it, right?
So need based aid is like they will evaluate your application on the basis of your need. Like if you have if you're more needful, then your application decision may turn out in both favor. Like if your application decision depends on your need. Like if you have more needs, then they can reject you. If you are trying to meet by an institution, then they will not see your need. They will just admit you, and whatever is your need, they will put there.
So another choice for us was that we needed a place to explore. Like after going to US, we don't just want to do what we were doing here, or otherwise we would have studied here. Like, we don't want to explore many different fields. So like here in Nepal, when we say the science faculty, then we'll just study physics, chemistry, math, and all. But have you ever studied about sociology and anthropology and political science maybe? So we want a place. We wanted a place where we can explore all of those. That was another choice.
And third is academically challenging. This one also, one of the most important criteria. But fortunately, I think most of the institutions you are going to apply are academically challenging, so you don't have to worry about it. Small in size, so it depends on your choice. For us, small in size is a big factor. We wanted to go to college, where you can have, intimate relationship with the professor and the other students. You can really have a close-knit community.
So the last one is we wanted a friendly place. We don't want a college where we go in the first day and some gangster turns out to us and said, "Boy, you are in the wrong place." It'll be not a good choice. So we wanted a friendly college. In this friendly part, I think student reviews plays a vital role. So in search of my passion, like to explore what I want to do. Actually, after high school, I didn't know what to do, and I didn't also want to try new things. So one day, while I was going to take the recommendation from my teachers, I saw this quotation from the late S.N. Fisher, the founder of our school. Life is for trying and doing. Try to do today something more. So this really inspired me to do different things, and so I did most of the exploration in my gap period. The first thing was I went to my college and I helped in publishing the annual magazine of the school. Many of our friends, like one is here, he also did help in the publishing of the magazine. After that, we did a project in Capri, e-learning project. There was a kind of huge turnover in my life, and it helped a bit in my in finding my passion. So Vivek, what about you? What did you do in your
When
time?
I graduated from high school, most of my time I spent, at USEF, doing college work, and as my college is nearby, so I went there for, tutoring. So it was really a good opportunity getting to know the students and, helping them learn about the mathematics and all. So after I finished my application process, I joined this NGO called Open Learning Exchange. It was nearby where I live, so I didn't have to go a long way. So what I did there was, I helped with the e-learning kind of project. So it was like I sort of, they have maintained the e-library, and what I did was I searched e-books, which are open source. Do you know what open source is? Yeah, free. Especially open source books are the old books, centuries old. So I searched for those open source books and I uploaded them to the e-library, and I also met with many Nepali authors, and I asked the permission so that if we could scan the books and upload them to the e-library. And I also presented many parts of our community, for the technical support. What we have done is that we have distributed the green laptops in many schools in rural parts of Nepal. So we did monitoring physics and all. So my gap year was like that. So, and from there, my interest diverted from biochemistry to computer science. When I saw all those technical stuff, helping the children learn about new things, then I thought that maybe I could do something about this and I could learn computer science. So, this was when I really started talking towards liberal arts education. When I thought about this. So what about you?
Talking about me, after taking a gap year and after doing some projects and everything, I was really interested to explore new things. Like I never did those projects before, so that was kind of interesting, and I wanted to try new things so that maybe the new things can be my passion. I don't know that. So rather than going to other places for study, I thought I would join a liberal arts college where I can explore more. So I applied to most of the liberal arts colleges, and afterwards I got into Ramapo College of New Jersey.
So how many of you are really gearing up for early teaching? So have you started your application process? So what are the first things you are focusing on? Is it the personal essay? And how many of you are focusing on thesis course?
That's right.
So when we started our early decision process, first thing on our mind was thesis course, and now we thought that thesis course matter a lot. So I think I spent a lot of time on preparing for SAT and total. So I applied in everyone knows SCEA. Yeah, single choice early access. In this scheme, you can apply to only one college, and it is not binding, but you are not allowed to apply to other colleges in the early access. So I applied in this single choice early access, and it was not successful. So what about you?
I think Vivek's plan failed to puzzle you about the SCEA's reform. I applied ED1 and ED2 also, but I didn't do early action or single choice early action. So for early decision, I was totally focused on SEDs, and my application, other application parts were really weak at that point.
In this year, which colleges you applied in the office?
I applied to
I applied to Cornell.
So being early has its advantages. So what I gained from applying early. So first of all,
What did you actually gain? You,
Yeah, I
you,
think
you got
that-
in audit decision 2, right?
Yeah, I
So in audit decision 1 you didn't get in the college, right?
Yeah.
So even though not getting in those colleges, what did you think?
Okay. So I applied only, first of all, I did get to know how a rejection feels. And but apart from that, you can really, if you apply only, you start working on your personal self from the very beginning, and you start researching about college and the most, I don't know, most that you have to, you will get, the recommendation thing, so when I applied only, I told the teachers, that they have to write my recommendation and all. So before any other sessions, told the teachers, so they had written my recommendation out in the very beginning, so I didn't have much hassle to the recommendation. And also, I fulfilled the financial aid forms, the property things and all. I didn't have any idea about those stuff. So as I applied only, I had only one college to focus on. So I had more time to focus on those, financial aid forms and recommendation and all. And there was also one more advantage that when I applied to Yale, in supplement there was one another, general essay kind of thing. So, I had to prepare, 2 persons kind of thing. So, what I gained from that was that when I applied in regular round, there were many supplements, they were like, asking about your personal life and all. So, as I had written was 2 persons from the, during my early round, so I really, I was really benefited from having written 2 personal essays. So I feel those personal essays supplements. So what did you need?
Yeah, about me, early decision 1 was the mess, the very messy part. So it took around 1 week for me to persuade my counselor to make an account for just to make the to do all the recommendation and stuff. So I could experience everything beforehand. Like I had not applied to RD, but from ED everything was going on track. I had my recommendations and everything like he said. I also had all those application issues prepared. Like I prepared for early decision, and I planned not to prepare for application essay for regular decision. So that was one of the advantages that I felt from early decision.
So what happened later also? So when I applied early, I was being too much hopeful. I thought I would get into Yale and I was leaving it. Before getting the early decision, we had to sit for one more statutory exam. So on December 1, I remember that after December, I waited until December 15 for my early decision, and until then it was too late. There were a lot of supplements, and I was going to apply to a lot of colleges and all. So, it was really messy for me. I remember writing, supplements on the last day of the last night of the deadline, January 1. I didn't think we celebrated New Year. But
So about me, I think regular option was more troublesome than the early decision, because if you get an early decision, then you are 3 months relieved, more relieved, I'll say, for the about the decision. So for regular decision, I didn't do such great things. I just focused a bit on my supplements, and then the most troublesome part was the 3 months that I had to wait for my decision. So in those 3 months, I was really frustrated. I didn't know what to do, because every entrance preparation that I had left afterwards were all gone, and the colleges were already starting here. So I didn't have any choice. I just waited and waited.
yeah, thankfully, when I was, after the January 1 deadline, I had still a lot of things to do. Like I remember that my counselor still had still had a lot of forms to send to the colleges. So I had a lot of work to do, and I also requested many interviews. So yeah, and fortunately for me, I didn't have to wait long, and I got my ED2 decision early in February, and so I was relieved then.
So by the way, how many colleges did you apply for a regular decision?
More than 20. Even after the deadline, there are many colleges I applied to, which have February 1 deadline and all. I was just enjoying applying.
I think he was the king of application sender. So after this, after the 3 months long frustration period, I would say, then we got into our colleges. So this is Ramapo College in New Jersey. It's a 300-acre beautiful campus. Like I said, at the first there was, what was the area of United States? So I could choose my college from those 9.83 million kilometers square area to 1.2 kilometers square area. So I basically went into the liberal arts college, and it satisfies all the things that I wanted in college. I wanted to explore, and this is the good place to explore. And I wanted a safe place, a friendly place, and academically challenging place. So I think this summarizes all for my college.
The same for me. I got into Colby in my early two rounds, and it also has a beautiful campus. Okay. So waitlist.
Yeah.
So did you get waitlisted?
Yeah, I got waitlisted, but I want. Is there anyone who applied last year and got waitlisted? So nobody is here who applied last year, except you. I know what you guys. So generally, what do you think a waitlist is? Rejection? Type of rejection?
Inevitable rejection.
Okay, inevitable rejection. Any other definitions for this?
Waiting for acceptance.
This is the optimistic side. So any other definitions for waitlist?
It's a time to do something. You just wait and reject it.
So it's a high time when you wish that the accepted students do not attend the college or university, so that we can get in.
It's a time to be still.
Yeah. And another definition is a time indicating the college is partly interested in you. So
It's not outright rejection, just that college has seen something in you, and you are a probable candidate.
So like he said, the optimistic side, they are interested in you, and they want something from you, except just the application essays and everything. And it's also the last hope for you. So like when the college waitlists someone, then it means that you can get accepted, but you cannot get, but you lack something in your application essay, and you have got the chance to fulfill that part.
You just have to do something.
Yeah, and it's the last hope. I think you guys remember this dialogue from the Society of Redemption. Remember that hope is a good thing, really the best thing, and no good things ever dies. So this is the most important part when you have to hope. So regarding this, I think Vivek is very, he's on the safe side because he didn't have to face this situation. Regarding me, I didn't care so much regarding the waitlist.
You already got into that.
I already got into Ramapo. And so for dealing from the waitlist, we have to show how awesome Colby and our British college could be together. So
Just have to figure out innovative ways of doing that.
there are so many examples, and one example is in front of us. He created a video for one college, and that video got so viral in YouTube that many of the students of that college commented on his video and said, "You must get in, you must get in." And it also got published in New York Times, right? It also got published in New York Times, and like the students also sent emails to admission officers of that college, hoping to get him in. And there was also a Twitter movement like "Get Vivek in" or something like that. Yeah, Team Vivek. There was a Team Vivek in YouTube. So we have to show how awesome couple we are like.
What was the video about?
The video about
I'm this one. Take me off the
So let's hear from you. Suppose if you are waitlisted, what kind of innovative ways would you try?
Yeah, you should not sing, or you can dance, or you can do a drama or something that tells you that you are very fitting for that college.
So innovative ideas.
Yeah, another example is about Gambhir Dai. Like he was waitlisted last year in a very high rank. That's why he waited 1 year and communicated with the admissions officer frequently. So this needed him to go to that college this year. So it
Communicating with the college is always a good idea.
You have to show them that you are still interested in them and you are not going to leave them alone. And another thing is a wise man. How many of you have seen Abraham Lincoln by a hunter? Yeah, so there's this dialogue. A wise man once told me, "Always have a contingency plan." So this is a high time you must have a contingency plan. Like, yeah, you must have a backup plan. So while applying to a regular decision or early decision, you feel like you don't need anything. Like I did, I thought I didn't need anything, and so there was 3 long months of frustration period. That was the thing. So, but in wait list, you need to have one contingency plan.
So what would we change if we could go back?
So what would you change with it?
So I think I would have requested more interviews. So I was just like I had not requested interviews in a minimum college. The deadlines are already passed. And regarding the interview, I have an anecdote to share. When I was doing the high interview, I had recently made a LinkedIn profile. Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I did was they told me beforehand who the interviewer was, and so I looked him up on LinkedIn, and he also viewed my profile. And during the interview, he asked me about my accomplishments and all. And I also asked him what he had done during his college. So that was really good chat. So I think it would be really helpful if you can try this. Second thing is that I would have really given time to supplements. That's so what will be the thing?
Well, regarding me, I think I would have had less hope on my instinct. Like, do you guys ever feel that when you hear about some of the colleges or universities, like you feel that you are so gonna get that college? That's the instinct. And like, we don't know how strong our application essays are or how strong our whole application is, but we feel that this is the college I want and this is where I belong. So I think for my case, instead of saying feeling like that, I should have researched more on those colleges, if they were really for me or not. So, and again, the next thing is I would have made a very wise early decision option. So in my early decision, I just wanted to try how the application would be like. So it was just like I wanted to experience how this whole application thing would go.
Yeah, and I also had given more time to my personal say. as I have 2% essays to write, during my early round. So what I did was, I showed the first draft to my counselor, and he said it was okay, just need to, work a little bit more on this. So I left that essay and I started working on another personal essay, and no, it doesn't matter how much I tried. My counselor didn't feel it right. So I spent a lot of time deciding on my second personal essay. So what happened was when I applied during my SCEA, that my first application essay was not that good. I had not really worked on it that much. So I would have given much time to my personal essay.
So you cannot change the past, but you can always choose where you go from there. It's never too late. So even now, it's never too late because you are actually early than them. You are early, so you can you have to focus in SATs, but I think you have to focus more on which colleges do you want to go. You have to make a wise college choice from early decision itself. So that's all from our session. Thank you everyone for being here, and we would like to open this session for questions.
Could you tell us your SAT scores?
My SAT score total was 1950, and SAT 2 was 2180.
Mine was SAT 1 was 2130 and SAT 2 was 24.
You told about tutoring in small college, right? What are some of the advantages?
It's you get to have a good relationship with the students, and another is that you don't get lost in a big crowd. That's a big effect, not getting lost in a big crowd.
Yeah, like in that we showed you the pictures with SIPs, and there was one man controlling all the SIPs. And consider the man was a professor, and the SIPs were the students. There are lots of SIPs. So can you stand out among them? No, you cannot. So they won't even know you if you go to a really large population having colleges. I think that's the most important advantage.
What do you give students reviews? I mean, on the college website?
That's
No, don't. If you want to know any negative things about the college, don't go through the college website because you cannot find it there. You have to go to student. You can Google it.
There are some sites like unigo.com. It's like when I was preparing for my supplements, I really use that website because on that website they give student reviews plus the amazing facts about their school which you can use in the supplements. So yeah.
What were your extracurriculars rather than that academics and just social programs?
I don't think I had so much social programs. I was involved in Red Cross and some of the volunteering activities.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much you do. It matters that you are involved in that it's a whole spirit, and you really have to show that you are involved for a good number of time, for a long time.
What made you into Colby? What made you into Colby?
Oh, that was my instinct. I thought that I could get in if I applied EU. So and the other thing is that when I was in my final year of my A levels, many of my seniors were they were applying, and we were just asking them about colleges and universities, and one of them told me that you should apply to Colby. It's a very good college. I knew that from college before starting my college search, so I applied.
Have you asked for interviews? I mean, are they formal or informal?
You have to
before being selected.
No, after you finish the application process, you have to really look up on the website, and there in some colleges you have to request interviews, and in some colleges they offer you interviews. So Yeah, you have to go to the website.
After getting selected?
No, after you finish submission process.
After
They
you
have-
submit that.
Yeah, after you submitted the application, they have deadlines like this. I don't know.
How did you come up with Ramapo?
Yeah, regarding Ramapo College, because while we also came here at USEF, due to this, I got a basic idea of all the colleges, and then I researched on my own internet, and that's why I knew this.
Can you repeat that website you just told that?
Unigo.
Sorry?
Unigo.
And how much colleges did you get into this? How did that happen?
I think I got in many, but some of the choices were of my instinct and they didn't provide me good financial aid. That's why I got, I think, 3 or 4.
Now question regarding SCEA. I mean, most of the students in this case apply to a new blind college. Is it wise to apply single choice early access to a new sensitive college?
I don't think many people offer that because I don't know. Yeah, it's just most of them offer that. It's only our person will.
No, they offer. But is it wise to apply to a
No,
new
it's
sensitive college?
just if the kids consider then you can apply. It depends on you. It's not binding, so it don't matter.
Can you tell us about briefly about your financial aid?
I got my financial aid around full tuition and room, and I have to pay a little bit.
I got good education and water and I have to pay for that possibilities.
Any other questions? I think only this side is asking us questions and this side. Okay.
Getting into a college is a luck or a desert?
Sorry?
Getting into a college is a luck or a desert?
I would say both. You also need luck, but
To be lucky, you have to watch my teacher.
What were your contacts during the application process of the colleges that we applied?
yeah, we contacted our admission officers a lot. I don't know if they are troubled or they are happy with it, but we asked every single thing to them, so the connection was good.
You can also, ask the students, Nepali students who have gone there. That's it.
If I'm not wrong, you were the king of critical reading center. Can you tell us some of the strategies?
I don't know. I guess I was good on my instincts, and I really looked up the answer reviews a lot. At the back of the book you get answer reviews. So I really learned from that, and I had done my vocabs from early on. During my final year of A levels, I had done really a lot of vocabs.
What is the critical reading score?
My 7th.
Do we have any other questions?
Why do you think that you are the best fit for the college that you got?
I think because I want to explore, and the basic principle for liberal arts college is to explore new things and to learn how to live, then only to learn just how it works.
For me, it was like, Colby has a thing called Jan that, you can do, many innovative stuff during that period. And in the supplements, I had written that, what I would like to do with my Jan option. And I think they like that.
Any other questions?
Did you apply to other countries except the USA?
Yeah, I applied to NYU, Abu Dhabi, and Oxford.
Did you get selected in those colleges?
I got into Oxford, but I didn't get the scholarship. regarding Abu Dhabi, I had to withdraw my application after getting audition.
Do you find any difference between applying to US country and USA?
Yeah, there are a lot of difference.
Like we applied to other countries, but there basically the institutions were running on the US education system, so there was not a significant difference.
No, it was similar. It's just that when I back to Australia, it was like you just have to fill up some form, and it was not much of you have to fill the financial form. It was not there. It was similar.
How much do you think this satisfies values in regarding getting the good colleges?
I don't know. There are many of my friends who got into good college without, not that high in stats. So I don't really know. I think it matters, as who you are, as a whole package, your whole application package. That matters a lot.
Any other questions?
Last questions?